Welcome to Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda, and this is Would You If? Would you blank if blank were the consequence for December 6th. It is a Thursday, and today's question, a fun one, an interesting one. We went a lot of places before we finally came to the conclusion, and it is, would you visit heaven, assuming it's a real place, if every time you did, you lost a month of your life? Right off the top. So, if you were going to die in 6 months, you're going to die in 5 months. If you visit 5 times, well, I guess when you visit, you're going to die. And just go. If you're going there, well, I'm just going to get there early.
Just be like, walk up to the door and be like, oh, I'm checking in.
I'm checking in.
That's when they politely inform you, not this door.
It'd be fun. It's like you're on your deathbed, you have a week left to live. It's like, I'm just going to go up early. I'm done. I'm going to go check in. Oh, we're sorry to inform you. You need to go down the stairs, not up the stairs.
Oh, jeez.
So in this scenario,
suck because that means that, I mean, you have this option while you're alive, but then once you're dead, you don't have that option anymore. So it's like, you're not going to be visiting anybody.
Yeah, I mean, but in this scenario, if you can visit heaven, therefore it 100% exists. It is actually there,
okay.
Which in turn would make everybody be a lot better. Knowing for a fact that it exists.
I guess all the unknowns and the arguments would be pretty much shut down at that point.
Exactly. There would be no more ifs, ands, buts, whens, whys, hows, wheres, anything. It's there. We can go, we can visit. Therefore, it would really change what people think of religion.
Yes, indeed.
There would be no more. There's these hundreds of religions. There would be one because we would know for a fact. Yeah. There would be no questions. No one could argue about it anymore. It would be there.
Would you think that would create peace? Or would we just find something else to fight about because we're humans?
I think we're always going to find things to fight about. But I think things would be a lot more peaceful since there are so much things started on religion. Religion is the premise for a lot of war, a lot of killing, a lot of everything.
Yes.
And with the guaranteed knowledge of what it was and where it was and how to get there and all this.
Then people would just fight over, okay, so we have heaven and hell, but we still don't know who rules it.
Well, I mean, we don't have to go there. But still, knowing that it's there is a giant step into itself.
Yay!
In our particular world we're creating here, you can visit heaven, but you can also visit hell. And we're going to be more friendly to the hell people.
Yes.
We're going to say it's going to take 2 weeks of your life instead of 1 month.
2 weeks versus a month of your life. Now, how do we know who is... Do we just walk up the stairs? There's a little greeter guy who is like, here's the list.
I'm perfectly fine with there being a greeter fella.
Here is the book. Oh, I'm here to visit this person.
Exactly. This is like if you checked into the dentist. I'm here to do blah, blah, blah. Or I'm here to see a meeting with this. Are you on the list? Mm-hmm.
Do you have to make reservations?
I don't know. Does it matter, really? Do they have a personal phone call? Let me call heaven real quick.
I'm sorry, that takes 3 days off your life. Phone calls. Anyways, so we have the idea that you can go up to visit a loved one for a day.
1 day of 24 hours. No, I would spend that long up there. Probably not.
If it's going to cost you a month of your life, you're spending all 24 hours up there.
See, well, it's a lot, but yeah, I mean... So, yeah, I mean, essentially, the more... You have a close relative, a brother, a sister, father, mother, husband, wife, whatever.
So you would be able to see this person again, spend a day with them, but I feel like for some people, especially if it's a recent death, it's going to lead towards an addiction.
Which it might.
It's kind of like those people who start gambling with money.
But if your loved one is up there, you would assume they know about this as well, and therefore they could tell you, no.
You need
it's
to
cool
go.
Seeing you, but we gotta. This gotta be sparingly. We gotta do it every once in a while.
Can they block you?
I'm not accepting visitors.
Yeah,
not accepting visitors. Don't let them up.
Could they do that? I mean,
I don't know. Why not? Why not? It sounds good.
Yeah.
You can choose not to see someone. I would like to visit good old mom. No. Oh! I can't go. She doesn't want to see me.
I'm sorry. She's not. She's not expecting any visitors today, and she's not accepting them either.
Exactly.
Be like, oh, okay. Well, do you know when she'll be available again? Can you pencil me in?
Exactly.
That's why I asked if you had to make a reservation. Okay. So, but yes, I feel like it would become an addiction as far as, like, when you go to gamble or when you go to really do anything, like the little claw machines, you put a couple quarters in, you try, you almost get it, so you're like, I'm going to try again. And next thing you know, you spent like $5 on this machine. So I think it would be easy for people to be like, okay, well, I'm just going to visit you and visit you and visit you. 5 days later, that's 5 months, visit you and visit you, and yeah. It's just going to be like years.
Yeah, but if you have a remotely decent person who you're visiting, they wouldn't allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So you'd hope. But it also comes down to, like, hey, if you do have children, and say it was the father or your husband and the children, and you want to go visit.
Yeah. Does it cost them?
Well, it's going to. Oh no, it's going to. Ooh. Can you say? I mean, you personally can make the decision to knock off a little bit of your life. Can you really make a decision that? Do you try to leave it up to them? Do you not tell them until they're older?
Oh, geez. I don't know.
How do you comprehend that to a child?
Yeah, and then there's the fact of, like, because you don't know when you're going to die, it's like, okay, I'm only gonna, use 1 month of my life.
But imagine starting visiting the father at a young age.
Yeah.
And it's like weekly or monthly. And then as you get older, it starts like, oh, you've been doing this for years and years since you were a kid. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you're going to die at the age of 20. What?
How often did I come up here?
Yeah.
Huh. That'd also be interesting. Since we're knocking off time, is there a way to figure out when you're going to die?
I don't know.
To know when it's going to happen.
Would that just be part of the gamble? Would that be part of the...
I mean, it'd be more... We want to limit this down, probably so. But it'd be interesting, since we have this system and all these things. And
well, what if they tell you, okay, well, what if they don't tell you exactly when you're going to die or how many years you have to die, but they say, okay, based on your lifespan, you only have this many visits.
That would tell you exactly how long you have to live.
Not really.
Yes, it would. If I only have this many visits times 1 month, I can figure exactly when I'm going to die.
It depends, though.
Math!
No, it depends, though. If they have their little system set up to where they only can take so many months off of your life. Like, where they're like, okay, well, technically, they're going to die at this age, so we are only allowing them this many visits, so they can only cut off this much time of their life.
But if you know what that number is, math!
If they don't fucking tell you.
It'd be figured out pretty quickly, because someone's going to use up how many they're allowed to do, and then that's going to be figured out, and this would not take... I promise! There's enough obsessive people. Someone would do their max limit, and it would get figured out pretty quickly.
I don't know. Person by person case. I'm just saying.
It would be figured out. I like the idea of if you have less than a month to live, you can't go.
But then that would flat out tell you.
It would, but then you would no. That's limiting it to saying I have less than a month.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like, well, do whatever you're going to do. We're not going to let you kill yourself to come in here.
Well, technically, not most religions, but a lot of religions who do believe in heaven, hell, whatever, they feel that if you kill yourself, you're going to hell anyways. So even if you kill yourself to try to get yourself into heaven, it's not going to work.
What I'm saying is that I like the idea of you not being able to kill yourself to go into heaven.
Oh, okay.
Like, I want to visit heaven so badly, today I'm willing to kill myself for it. That's a bit extreme. And if that was the case, it'd be nifty to be able to... It would be cool to have that as a way of saying, oh, I have less than a month to live. Maybe I should try to live my life a little bit. Because not everyone would get that.
Yeah.
You'd only get that if you tried to visit when you were that close. And going once a month to be like, am I going to die soon? Am I going to die soon? Am I going to die soon? Yeah, if you keep doing this, you're going to.
Well, hopefully that's when your person steps up and goes, now let's talk about visiting people in hell. So you just gather up the kids and you just be like,
we're going to hell today.
we're going to go visit Grandpa.
I mean, I feel like we do this every day, but...
when you work retail.
Yeah. So...
They take you... It's like... Okay, guys, we're going to hell. It's a big Walmart. Just a big generic supermarket. Okay, guys.
Yeah, we're being very vague because there's a lot of things we could try to go into. Oh, what is heaven like? What is hell like? What are the rules for getting into either of them? What is...
Do you get searched? Is there a little metal detector? Like, what are we doing here?
What are you going to do to the dead guy up there? I'm pretty sure you can't blow up heaven. I don't think it works that way.
I'm sure someone would try.
Probably. If we have this magical stairway, I'm pretty sure we can. They have a way of making sure you're not trying to do anything mischievous. And if you are, then you're going to go to hell anyway. So.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go back to this. The main core question is: visiting someone that you have lost, whether they go to heaven or go to hell. I guess you're going to base it off their personality and what they've done in their life. But would visiting a relative, loved one, whatever, in heaven or hell be worth your life?
Pieces of your life.
Pieces of your life. Or your life. If you only have 2 months of your life.
No, pretty much. See, the easy answer is yes, no matter what. Yes. Yeah. It's a definite yes. The harder answer is how many times.
Yes.
Because, yeah, if you lose someone, 1 month, I can spare a month to go visit someone once or twice. Once a year I visit and like, okay, I can do this.
This is my yearly visit. Let's go.
Exactly. That in itself could be worth it. The real question comes down to how often is worth it. How much time are you willing to lose to visit more and more and more?
And it's easy as I can't talk.
Because
it's easy.
Weekly visits. That's going to add up real quick.
Oh, yeah. And it's also, though, easy for us right now, in this moment, to be like, okay, I'll visit once a year, that's fine, but then it's like, tomorrow your spouse dies or whatever, and it's like, suddenly, oh, I'm going to go visit them once a year, and then it's like, a couple months go by, and you're like,
at that point, you probably start off when you would be once a week, and have to slow down. The thing is, quick math. If you did it once a week for a year, you'd lose 4 years of your life. Yeah. And that's a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, you would have to have a loved one who's literally like, get the fuck out.
So it just comes down to how much would you visit. And I think that's kind of where this one's going to go on my little Twitter poll at the end. It's not going to be, would you or would you not? Yes or no.
How many years or how many months are you willing to take?
It's going to be more how many times, because this one is an easy yes, no matter what. It's a yes. You're going to do it a little, if nothing else, just to see heaven.
Yeah.
So it's a definite yes. But the real question is how much?
Often?
How much of your life are you willing to lose to see loved ones? And the question is, once you lose more than one person, can you visit multiple people?
Is it a group visit, or is it like you only can visit one person at a time? Like, what's going on? Like, is there a room?
Well, it's according to what kind of heaven this is.
Yeah.
Because most people believe heaven is whatever you think heaven is.
Yeah. And
you get up there. So in this case, it would be like, almost like Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
The door that rotates different areas. All right, who are you visiting? Okay. Ba-ding! All right, you can go up the stairs, and you're going to see that exact person up these stairs.
Yes, but it's
so it wouldn't be a group, because different people's version or what they feel like heaven would be different. So in my opinion, it would be one person.
And I would agree with that, except I think that...
I think I know where you're going.
What?
Continue.
Okay. what I was going to say is I would agree with that, except for if you have a strong family setting. If someone dies and then someone else dies, most of those people are like, well, it's okay, I'm going to go be with them. Mm-hmm. And so their picture of heaven is being with that person. And so then you would end up building that family again.
Yeah.
Now, if your friend dies and then your family dies, not your entire family, geez.
The whole family died in the fire. I would say is that people in heaven can visit each other.
Yeah.
Or, let's think what dreams may come.
Yes.
Everybody could go where they want. You could stay in someone's heaven.
You just lost it?
No, I'm just trying to think. Because that doesn't work with the whole you only visit one person.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like, everybody gather in my heaven and we're going to do this.
Yeah, like, as I said, like, most of the time when people pass...
Has to be a group setting.
Yeah.
Has to. I can't, there's no other way to make it work, make it logical sense.
Yeah, as I said, because being like, oh, my picture of heaven is being with my lost loved ones. So, unless they're...
No one would want to go to heaven if you couldn't see the other people who died.
Unless their version of heaven is one where they never have to see me again. Okay.
Or the wife really loved the husband, but the husband's like, I need to get out of here.
But yes, so... It definitely comes down to how many times, like how much of your life are you going to put into seeing these people who generally heaven is a positive view, a positive place. They're happy, they're roaming free, whatever, doing what they love to do, or however that works. You still have to live life. You still have to go to your job, experience new things, all this stuff. How much of your life going to go visit these people?
Yeah. Comes down to it. And the older you get, the harder it's going to be to try to go visit because you already know you've done it a bunch. Yeah. And it's like every single time I go, I'm losing more and I'm already getting old. So it's like, So it's like I can either spend a day with this person knowing I will lose an entire month off my life. An entire month I could have been doing this, or I can live out my natural life and then hopefully go see them. Hopefully. Because we're definitely going to go on the route of if you're in heaven and you're in hell, there is no visit between those two.
Yeah. About that.
See, I think my poll's going to be 1, 5, 10. And maybe I'll do them for like 20, something insane. Then you probably we shouldn't. But because that makes sense. Would you take 1 year is like 12 visits? Mm-hmm. That's reasonable. If you say once a year or once every couple of years, I go visit, and that's a year. I mean, you get to see someone. It's cool. Things are fine, or different people die. You every once in a while, every now and then, it's like between 1 and 5, 5 and 10, 10 and 20. How many visits you really? Because a month isn't a lot, but everyone's going to go. Everyone's going to meet the 1 year mark.
Yes.
At some point, especially if you start losing grandparents, and then you start losing parents. You lose friends, you lose this. People die. It happens. It's unfortunate. It sucks.
Yeah.
People die. And every time someone dies, you're going to want to go visit that person.
Yes.
So the more and more people that die, the more often you're going to want to try to go see different people.
Yes.
Or in some cases, a group setting or whatever, it's family or whatever. So our question needs to be, how much? I like my 1 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 20.
Is that in months?
Years.
Or how many times?
Years.
How many years?
You're willing to knock off your life.
Oh, okay. It has to be 1 to 5. Because it's like, when you think about it, like, as much as you want to see these people, and as much as it's going to be even more tempting immediately after it happens.
Or 1 to 2. I've heard you.
I
think, like, maybe 1 to 2 years, 2 to 5, 5 to 10. Because 10 years is insane already.
Because when you think about it, as much as you want to see these people, they're set for life. They're as long as you know they're in heaven, you know they're going to be okay. It's you have to worry about at that point.
Yeah, but no matter what, knowing they're available to see, knowing
Well,
they're
yeah,
there.
it's always going to be tempting. It's going to be...
Ooh, and it's going to be a lot tempting for others.
Especially when you're having a fucking rough day. You're like, you know what? I'm going to go to this nice, pleasant place, see the people, get advice that I need to.
Exactly. And the closer the person you lose, the more tempted you're going to be.
Oh, yeah.
When you lose that father or that mother or that sibling or husband or wife, that person, and maybe you were uber close to that person.
Yeah.
That's going to be real hard not to go visit more often. But I do agree. I would definitely fall in the camp of like 1 to 2 years, which is still a lot.
Yeah.
For someone who likes immortality a lot, that's a lot. Love the idea of immortality, and I'm talking about knocking years off my life.
So, our main question of would you do it? Yes.
Of course.
We would, of course, visit these people. It's worth parts of our life, pieces of our life.
I'm going to put no on the poll just because.
Shut.
And no. Or 1 to 2, 2 to 5.
And if we switch over to how many, we are in the lower category.
The lowest category.
The lowest category. Just because, as I said, like, your life's not covered yet. You still gotta just focus. Like, as much as these people mean to you and you love them and it's going to be really friggin' difficult, knowing that you can visit them if you need to or want to should be enough to carry you through. I'm just saying.
Oh, well. 1 to 2 years is 12 to 24 visits.
Well, there you go.
But that's for the rest of your life.
Yes.
12 to 24 isn't even one time a year at our age, assuming we live to be nice and old.
Yeah.
So, that's going to get real hard.
It's going to be tricky, yes.
Oh, God.
But, I don't know, I said, like, you don't know until in the moment. But, for now, I would stick with the lowest one.
I would as well. Even though thinking about it logically.
Logically,
even once a year, even if you said we're at 30-ish between me and you, and it's like if we live another 50 years, that's 50 months once a year. I'm just saying. I think that 1 to 2 years gonna get real hard to do.
Oh yeah. So what would you guys do?
What would you do? I'd love to get some responses on this one.
I think we all know that, yes, you would everyone wants the chance to visit someone.
Yes.
Yes. Who, heaven, hell, it doesn't matter. If you think they're in hell, you just talk to the little bookkeeper, he'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll let you know what's going on.
But the question is how often?
Yes, it really comes down to how much of your life you're willing to sacrifice to see someone more and more and more.
Yes. So let us know. He's going to have a poll on Twitter.
As always.
Yes. And we, of course, have the comments at the bottom. Facebook.
Exactly. Throw some comments down there. I'd love to know what people's actual response to this. How much of your time do you think, realistically, how often would you visit? Would it be a yearly visit, which would eventually add up? Or could you go years without? Or it's when you're not enough.
Yes.
Because I feel for a lot of people that probably would be the case.
Yeah, especially immediate.
Yeah.
But that first year is going to be, whew.
That's going to be hard.
Yeah.
You're going to lose a year or two off that first year.
Oh, yeah. So.
Oh, it's a hard question. It's hard.
Yes, it really is.
Think about long term, it becomes like, So yeah, let us know what y'all would do. But as always, you can reach me at Stars Untraveled. Reach Amanda at Casey Pup. Reach the show at Beyond Our Focus on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, podcast services, and YouTube.
Comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, definitely subscribe to the channel. We need some new subscribers.
Come visit us. We have plenty of different shows, a little bit of everything for everyone.
We got, especially varying in lengths. This is the shortest of all the shows. Yes. And if you don't count the comic, that's literally a few seconds long. But yeah, check everything out.
Catch us tomorrow for What's in the Box.
Yeah, that's how this rolls. Yeah, I'm like, is there a gap? Is there not a gap? What's happening? I don't know. Yeah, that's totally right. So yeah, check out tomorrow's What's in the Box. I don't know what it's going to be about yet, but it should be interesting. We have a good time with those shows. And we've already discussed a few things that I think may make its way into the show. And if that's the case, it's going to be a great show. So, till next time, long days and pleasant nights.